I normally try not to curse on this channel, but it is time for a cup of coffee and a goddamn break here. A victory break. So, as you can see, boy, this thing is really coming back together here. Putting this harmonic balancer back on with the supercharger adapter, honestly, just forget the supercharger adapter. Putting this damn harmonic balancer back on has been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, and it has to do with internally. If you go on this side, I had another video with the crankshaft there, with all of this stuff off, and as you can tell, I got a little rookie red RTV on there. But after I dropped the key in my motor a second time, because I had a good idea, put the paper underneath there, support it with a flathead, get it on, take this off, just have the small little hub. Guess what? That still didn't work. So you know what? I had enough. I took some of this damn stuff, cleaned up the surfaces really well. I'd stuck that key in there, and the key has to sit perfectly level. Because if it's cocked like that, that means this notch here is going to be too low, and you're going to try and get your hub over. If anything, honestly, if you take the key, if you rock it back, if you cheat anyways, just rock it back. That way you can get the hub over, and then once you get the hub, it'll kind of level itself out. Anyways, it was on there super tight. I got the hub just started, and I was starting to push on it. I was like, oh my God, don't do that. Take a little hammer and just give it some raps. I put a little oil in the channel there, give it some raps, and boy, that thing went right on, and it is hard as a you-know-what. So then that was it. Just start putting everything back together after that. God, that was the biggest hurdle. You see all brand new pulleys and brand new belts. The hardest thing was, as I said before, that's your idler pulley for your serpentine, and there's your down in there's your tensioner pulley. There's the piston that it rides in and all that good stuff. I gotta put a cap over that thing, but that was easy. Serpentine, a joke on this car compared to what I just had to do with the supercharger. And this is the supercharger tensioner that you've got to mount to the bracket. You see that there, and that's the tensioner right there. So you get a wrench on this thing, and you pull up, and you got to try and slip this belt. This belt is so tight because it's a brand new belt and it's a brand new pulley. I was disheartened yesterday, man. I was going like gangbusters yesterday, and the bolts that they gave you in the new Dayco parts are short. So you finally, this is the old piece, but you finally get the thing started in there, whatever, and it's only grabbing 7 threads when it should be all the way through. So you see the old part here? The threads go all the way through. So you can put as long a bolt as you want in there. The new Dayco part, the threads stop right there, and then the bolt that they give you, they're just grabbing halfway through. So I stripped it. Because it's really freaking hard you gotta really pull on this thing. So I was disheartened. I was like, dude, I order a new part, and guess what? Nothing beats talking to your neighbors. And when I mean neighbors, I mean shops in town. And when they see the look on your face, they've been there before, and they help you. And I went to one shop, and the guy was flustered. He's like, I can't do anything. He disappeared. I was like, did the guy just leave me? He got on the phone. He called his buddy around the corner. Said, hey, I'm going to send you to this guy. Sent me to that guy. Guy goes, I just don't. So I started explaining the situation. And I said the goddamn nightmare about the Woodruff key, and I RTV'd it, and I called it Rookie Red, and he laughed at that. And next thing I know, he's got the thing in his hand, and he's totally threading the thing all the way through for me, and did a perfect thread job. He's like, there you go, thread it all the way through, just go get some hardware. Offered the guy $20. He's like, no, I'm not going to take it. great guy. Said whenever I fix the car, I'm gonna drive the car back there and thank him. Sent me, got some hardware and that was it. But holy Jesus, what an ordeal! And boy, it's scary putting all this stuff back together. I'm gonna start putting the radiator back in and plumb it and turn this thing. And boy, if she doesn't start, it's a good thing to put a breaker bar on that crank harmonic balancer and turn it in neutral, and see if everything's in the groove. Everything should be in the groove, but see if it's all turning the way it should be turning there. And boy, I feel pretty confident. God, you just never know until you do it. So this whole thing is kind of nerve-wracking. I'm gonna plumb this whole radiator, throw everything back in there. I'll leave the bumper and the headlights off for now. Turn it over. And I got a new power steering system in there. I got brand new belts and pulleys. I got a brand new alternator. I got a brand new fuel pump. And I got a brand new pins and connectors for the sending unit and the fuel pump. I got a new water pump pulley. I got a RTV'd Woodruff key inside of the crankshaft. There's a lot of shit that can go wrong. So, boy, wish me luck.